Welcome back. We are finally to the Ads Manager, and I am pumped. I hope you are pumped because this is where it's all going to happen so we can actually start running ads. We're also going to talk about campaign structure in this video. So let's start. So this is the Ads Manager, like I'm sure you're now familiar with. And as you can see, we have these campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Now how this works is every campaign has ad sets and every ad set has ads. In each area we do something different and it all works together so that we are serving ads. So if we came up here and clicked create, the first thing we would choose is our campaign. And at the campaign level, we choose things like our objectives, like whether we want, to send traffic, or we're looking for video views, or we're looking for conversions or catalog sales. The next thing after choosing that we'd immediately go to is the ad set level. And at the ad set level, we choose our targeting. In a nutshell, all the different details of who and where and how we're targeting is at the ad set level. And then lastly, you have ads. And ads is obviously the content that we're using to advertise, to show people our brand, our business, who we are, and then we're trying to funnel that traffic to somewhere else, right? Like our website, our Facebook page. Maybe we want to get calls, or we're looking for lead forms to, gather information that way. So now some rules to follow when setting your campaigns, ad sets, and ads up. The first is that really you should have no more than 3 to 5 ad sets per campaign. Technically, you could have hundreds, but for the sake of organization, especially just starting off, you want no more than 3 to 5 ad sets per campaign. The second is to always have 2 ads per ad set, okay? You never want to have only 1 ad in an ad set because we know the system learns, right? It's an artificial intelligence brain that's working for us to find better people on the platform. So if you have 2 ads in your ad set, you're giving it something to optimize on. It will naturally spin towards the one doing better. That is actually a pro tip right there. Even if it's the same ad, just duplicate it so you always have 2 ads per ad set. Something I want you to see here, I'm now actually in this account, is that when you have campaigns highlighted or ad sets highlighted or ads, if nothing is selected, it's going to show you all of them. So now you're seeing all the ads in this account. But let's say that I went ahead and I chose one here at the campaign level, one selected. Now if I go down to ad sets, it's only going to show me the ad set in that campaign. And then let's say that, I had multiple of these selected and now I'm in ad sets and then I click one of these. Then I go to ads, it's only going to show me the ads for that ad set. So you see how basically it starts here at campaign and then in the ads manager, you can click it and then funnel down to those ad sets and or ads. Just a quick tool to understand when you're in the actual ads manager, how you isolate sections to then see the data and understand it better. Next, let's talk about campaign structure. It is important to be organized, not just in how we're setting those up with, only 3 to 5 ad sets and 2 ads per ad set, but now also in the campaigns themselves, how we structure them. Because if you remember back to when we talked about your pixel and about a funnel, we know that Facebook is recording people at different stages in our funnel. So take this account for example. You see how I have a TOF traffic, TOF conversion, and MOF remarketing? What do these letters stand for? Well, TOF stands for top of funnel, MOF for middle of funnel, and BOF for bottom of funnel. Any professional, anybody who wants great results needs to also be organized by where people are in your funnel. So as we know, the people at the very top of the funnel are new people. We serve an ad and we're trying to get new customers. And so this also deals with our objectives, right? If we wanted someone just to view a video or to fill out a lead form or to go to our website or to send us a message, so a top of funnel objective. So if you see here, I have a top of funnel for traffic and I have a top of funnel geared towards conversions, 2 different campaign objectives. And lastly, all top of funnel ads, we want to be excluding middle of funnel people, because people in the middle funnel are the ones who've clicked through. They've gone down that next step. They visited our website. Maybe they added to cart. People in the middle of funnel is also how we create those custom audiences and then remarket to them. So that's important. And middle of funnel always wants to exclude bottom of funnel, because the bottom of the funnel are the people who actually purchased and signed up. They called and then they converted, right? So that's different than the brand new people who just came. That's different than the people who are still in the middle. They're, maybe they added to cart and then left your site. No, the bottom of funnel are these custom audiences of your purchases, your signups. And here again, the middle of funnel and the bottom of funnel, both of these then are there for remarketing, right? And in the bottom of funnel, what you're doing is many times people like to just offer more value to people who then have converted from them. Show them extra attention. Thank you for purchasing from us. If you have any questions, concerns during the process, let us know. We have a support team, or maybe a discount for their next purchase, etc. So by separating your campaigns by where the people are in the funnel, you're going to be able to target them better with content designed specifically for them. That is very important, and my recommendation to you is to set up your campaigns this way. So if you have a campaign geared towards gathering engagements for your page of people who are interested in what you do, then that's a top of funnel engagement. Or if you're going right to the conversions, you'll have like this, a top of funnel conversion campaign. So now let's talk about other useful campaign structures. We will get into some of these more later when I'm just going to offer you more advanced content. But quickly, you can have a top of funnel for your audience and creative testing. So sometimes people already have a conversion campaign that's spending a higher budget. And so they'll have a testing campaign where essentially they're running ad sets, testing targeting, and they're running ads and testing creatives. And then what they're doing is they're going to copy and paste that then into their main campaign for that. Now, two things here. I hear people say to divide them, to have an audience testing and a creative testing campaign. I want to be honest here that in my experience, I'm never really testing an audience without a creative, right? And I'm never really testing any creatives without an audience. So I find I do them simultaneously, like at the same time. So I like to keep that actually together. Another thing to keep in mind here is that let's say that instead of starting with a conversion campaign, if you're new, you should start with a testing campaign anyway. So your first campaign is going to be a testing campaign. So it's a top of funnel conversion campaign that you are going to start testing audiences and creatives in, all right? The next is the CBO scaling campaign. And CBO stands for campaign budget optimization. Now, this is another pro strat that I am releasing to you guys in my course. Now, what a campaign budget optimization is it's a little field that you switch on, and what it's going to do is it's going to spend your budget to ad sets that are performing better. So you pick any given day or week. If you had campaign budget optimization on, whatever budget you set in that campaign, it's going to distribute the budget between which ad sets are performing better at each time during those days or week. So what people are doing with this is they're taking their top 1 to 3 best ad sets and creatives, and they're putting them in a campaign that has campaign budget optimization turned on, right? And then what they're doing is they are then able to spend more better. So they give their CBO scale campaigns a higher budget, sometimes even combining all the budgets they had for maybe all those ad sets that were in different campaigns all at once. And it's just essentially automatically spending the budget better for the best performing ad sets. Now, this is also like hands off, right? It's a little easier to manage, but it doesn't always work, okay? And I know from experience, I have an account where I followed the same strategy and I just couldn't get it to work. So you need to test both to make sure that this strategy would work for you later on. Next here is lookalike expansion campaigns. When you're scaling using lookalikes, Okay, let's say you have a lookalike that's just doing well at 1%, which is where we always start. What you do is you could actually have a top of funnel lookalike campaign that then branched out in their percentage. So now instead of just targeting the top 1%, you're going to create a new lookalike with that expanded to 2%. Test that out for a while. And then if that's doing well, maybe expand that to 3 or 5%, and then test that for a while. And the goal of that is that as you increase the percentage, you have more people in the audience. You can now scale into it more. You can now spend more money in it profitably. So this is also another great campaign structure that we will get more into later when we just talk about some advanced techniques. But I want you to upfront know about them now. All right, now it's time to get going and start running ads.